So that's what I think about the dangers of jurisprudence. How can they be dealt with in Oxford in particular? Well, Oxford's great. It is incredible just walking around this city in a hurry and late for something, and you suddenly realize what an incredible place it is. And we're surrounded by the brilliance and pride and folly of hundreds of years of the people of this incredible country, and that's great. And so it's a great place to do jurisprudence. But that's not why it's a especially good place for jurisprudence. Especially good place because of people, obviously, who are the people. Well, undergraduates, right? Because there are a lot of us teaching jurisprudence to second-year undergraduates, and that's remarkable in tutorials. And 5 years ago, the faculty reviewed the syllabus and decided not to drop compulsory jurisprudence. The Working Party thought we should drop it to make room for more options. And it wasn't jurisprudence teachers. They were divided. They were seldom agreeing about anything. And it was the core, law of obligations types who wanted compulsory jurisprudence in the syllabus. And it's an important part of what we do here, that faculty members who are writing about jurisprudence are doing the same thing in tutorials with second years. Some of them, brilliant lawyers who don't want to do jurisprudence, but they're going to do it well. And that I find that incredible, that people who actually don't have a yen for it do it well as undergraduates. Amazing. And BCL and Jur students, quite a few of whom are here. And it's just a privilege for those of us who are faculty members to work with them. They make seminars exciting. And tutorials with BCL and MJUR students are different from undergraduate tutorials. We expect them to do something original, and that's a challenge for them, and it's exciting for us. I find it amazing marking BCL and MJUR jurisprudence and political theory essays and finding them understanding stuff that I didn't understand after 2 years as a doctoral research student. So it's a privilege to teach and work with those people. And then there's a large group of faculty members engaged in jurisprudence. And this is a change from when I came here in the Middle Ages, 1991. And the people who were there then are, of course, teaching jurisprudence, are, of course, what makes Oxford famous as a place for doing jurisprudence. And they were these people, and John Finnis and Joseph Raz. H.L.A. Hart was still alive and came to lectures in a wheelchair, and Ronald Dworkin was here, and those are remarkable people, and each of them has done something creative, and that's why a lot of us are here, because of the creative things that particular persons had done. And tell you, for those of you who are new here, something interesting about them. It's the tradition from the 30s, seldom agreeing about anything. That what's interesting about them is that I don't think of those people as a school. And if you take Hart and think about Honoré and Dworkin and Finnis and Raz and Gardner, disagree with Hart fundamentally about various things, and with each other. And so when I came here, I went to Raz and Finnis's seminars, and there are two people who disagreed pretty fundamentally about a lot of things. I learned a lot from John Finnis's jurisprudence lectures to undergraduates, which were just brilliant. Dworkin's seminars, which he would have in a collaborative fashion with Bernard Williams and other people that he would invite. Brilliant, what a performer. That was a really exciting experience, and I was a DPhil student. I didn't do the BCL, so my only job was to write something and then to send it to Joseph Raz, and he would phone me up, and I'd meet him the next morning, and he would turn to page 17 and read something out, and an eyebrow would rise, and he would say something. And I wouldn't understand what he said. It was partly his accent, partly the content of what he was saying. I wouldn't understand what he said. But I would understand that what I had said was fundamentally misguided. And by the way, for those of you who are new to jurisprudence, It's actually possible to make small mistakes, but you have to be really, really advanced to make small mistakes. And even really advanced people make huge mistakes, and all the mistakes are, I'm generalizing here, but almost all the mistakes are huge. So I would see that what I had written was not just, oh, I had to tweak something, but fundamentally misguided. And I'd come out of his room with nothing left. But that was, it was in the first 10 minutes that I would reach that point. And the next hour I would try to understand the stuff he was saying. And it was that hour after the first 10 minutes that would show me that there was the possibility to understand something. And maybe even to disagree with this guy, right? And so that went on for 2 years before I came out of his office with anything left. And then I thought, whoa, there's still something here. And that seemed worthwhile, and it was worthwhile.